Hello and welcome to Healthier Habits. I'm Brian Bessey.
And I'm Nicholas Anderson.
This is the podcast where we adopt a healthier habit every week and give you all the details.
And for this week's Healthier Habit, we'll be doing yoga.
On the last upload of the podcast, Sam and I adopted the healthy habit of sleeping more. And if you want to know the health benefits of sleeping more, you can listen or watch that last upload on the Branding Iron website or on the YouTube channel. To begin this upload, I have some sad news. Sam has contracted an awful illness suffered by many, if not all, college students. Overwhelmed by classes syndrome. It's quite awful. Nick, do you have this syndrome yet?
I used to have it, but
So you found a cure, and is that Red Dead Redemption 2, or is it?
It's procrastinating.
Procrastinating.
So I just don't focus on my disease, even though it gets worse, I don't feel it, and I'm numb now.
Okay, so you're comfortably numb.
Exactly.
Like the Pink Floyd song.
Exactly.
Got ya. Well, I haven't contracted it yet. I'm glad to say I haven't yet. But until then, the pod must go on. So we're going to recap first how last week went. I know what you're probably thinking. Sam, where's Sam? Again, she's out of here. She's dealing with her own thing. So I have Nick on this week. So to recap, sleeping more, it went well. I mean, how could it not go well? It's just sleeping. So I don't really have a lot of things to say about it. I asked Sam. She didn't really have a lot of things to say about it. So we're just going to talk about, how Thanksgiving went. For me, I slept a lot. I read a lot. I ate. I conversated a lot. It was great, honestly. But how did your Thanksgiving go? Like, was it you had a Friendsgiving, right? Instead of a Thanksgiving?
Yeah, so for those who don't know, I'm from New York. And I go to
New York. Where in New York? New York City, New York? Is that the only New York you have up there?
Bro, if you're going to start this right. No, actually, so I'm from upstate New York, so I'm 30 minutes from Canada.
Okay. So you're really Canadian. So you're not even a United States citizen, basically.
No, I can't be president.
You can't be president? Really?
No,
so
I'm
we
in
can
the
have
same
President
boat as
Anderson.
Ted Cruz.
What? It's no.
Ted Cruz is technically a Canadian. So he was born in Canada.
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that back in 2016, Nick.
But that
or
joke
2018,
probably did not
Nick.
Yeah, so I'm basically Canadian. I come from the upstate of New York. I'm not from New York City. I've only been there twice.
Gaia.
So a lot of my friends and I who couldn't travel home for Thanksgiving just because it's such a short break.
Yeah.
We threw a Friendsgiving and we just had a great time. We played some fun party games. Have you ever played Murder?
I mean, if we're off the pod. No, I have never played Murder. What's that?
So it's this really fun game. So what you do is, you have a bunch of like slips of paper. You put them into a hat.
Okay.
And one of them says murderer on it, and the other one says cop. You turn off all the lights in the house, and no one knows who the murderer is.
Okay.
And you go around, and you'll grab someone's wrist, and then after 10 seconds, they let out a scream.
Okay.
So everyone's trying to figure out who the murderer is, and the only person who can stop the murderer is the cop. So you're really hoping whoever the cop is, who you don't know, because they're not going to go around and say they're the cop.
Right.
They have to go find the murderer, and they have one bullet to kill them.
Oh, I got ya.
So if they waste it on someone who's not the murderer, then the rest of the game is just the murderer going around and killing people. And
that sounds really fun. I think I've played a version of that, but that sounds great.
It was really intense. Like, I could play that game for like hours because it just gets really funny how people because people have different strategies as murderers. Like, this one, some people would just go and grab a bunch of wrists at once and run off. Some people would wait like a whole 10 minutes before murdering the first person.
Oh, got ya.
And you could be downstairs hiding and hear someone scream upstairs.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, jeez.
So you're not even in the same room. It's like all around the house.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
We just played a lot of fun party games, and it was just fun
that
stuff.
Sounds like a lot of fun, honestly. I really want to have a Friendsgiving at some point, honestly, because that sounds like so much fun. But we're going to move on to the focus of this upload, which is yoga. But before we get into the facts of yoga, we must first play my favorite game on the pod, which is the only game on the podcast. Quote, who said that? Unquote. This is the game where I tell my co-host, in this case Nick Neo Anderson. Do you get that? Mr. Anderson.
I've never seen The Matrix, fun fact. That's part of the reason why I don't you give me that look, Brian. Some people would come up to me in middle school and be like, Mr. Anderson. And I'd be like, I'm not going to watch that film.
Okay. So it's like that Ghostbusters theories that I was talking to you earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like where you hear something so much, for the listeners' knowledge here. It's where you hear something so much, someone telling you to listen or to watch something, and then you just get further and further away because you're like, I don't want to watch this. I just don't. It's how Ghostbusters is with me and how Matrix is for you.
Yes.
Gaia. Well, Mr. Neo, Mr. Anderson, I tell you a quote, and then you have to guess who said it. And if Nick wins this time, he will receive a free poster. You ready, Nick? Your eyes just go right over to the poster.
I know. I was wondering what these posters were doing.
Yeah, I brought them in, totally. Okay, are you ready for your first quote?
I am.
All right, first quote. Quote, I train 5 days a week hard, but it is short and sharp. 30 to 40 minutes of functional and pretty dynamic body strength circuits. Then I do a good yoga session on the 6th day. Then I rest. Unquote.
Well, this could be anybody.
Right. Yeah. No, it could be anybody. But let's think. I'm trying to think of a thing I could give you here. He has the name of a rapper.
So when you say that, do you mean he is a rapper?
No.
Or he has the name of a rapper?
No. His first name is an animal.
His first name is an animal.
His first name is an animal. His last name, kind of like with both of those together, it kind of sounds like, some like, I don't know, early 2000s rapper.
His first name's an animal.
He survives, like he's on a survival show.
He's on Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. Yep. Don't you think? Like, kind of sounds like a Bear Grylls. Kind of sounds like a rap name or something like that.
That sounds like one of the newer rap names, like 6ix9ine or Young Gravy out there.
Young Gravy.
Listeners, look up Young Gravy, because that is some of the weirdest and funniest music ever. But yeah, right. So Bear Grylls.
I'll have to search it up. Yep. So you got it. Ding, ding. You got the first one. Let's see if you can get the second quote. Quote, I really love yoga. Unquote.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
No.
Damn. Darn it.
Damn is not a bad word.
Okay.
To me. So this one's really hard to do or hard to figure out. So just shoot away.
Is this like an actor, an actress?
I believe, yes,
athlete?
She's an actress. Yes, she's an actress.
How old is this actress, would you say?
Maybe in her 30s, 40s.
Okay.
One of her performances made me cry, and make me cry every single time I hear it.
So one of her performers, and hear it. So is she a singer as well?
It's not her like primary thing, I don't think, but she is an amazing singer.
Is it Mandy Moore?
No. I don't even know who Mandy Moore is.
Well, she's on This Is Us. I mean, everyone cries at that show. She's in her 30s or 40s.
No. She shaved her head for the role that I'm talking about, that I cry every time I listen to the song.
Oh, it is Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway herself. Give me a second here.
You play Les Mis? Oh, no. You're just kidding. Something.
No. I was just making sure that was the right person, honestly. I had a little note across the way, so now I checked it. Yeah, it is Anne Hathaway. You got the point. Ding, ding, ding. And so you got 2 out of 3. That means you win. But let's see if you can get the last quote here. So third quote, I don't really know anything about yoga, unquote.
Jabba the Hutt.
That's a really good guess.
I mean, I could see him saying that.
I don't really like yoga.
Probably can't even do it.
That's how he that's how he talks, right?
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho.
What's this individual's occupation?
He goes to college right now, and was hired to do creative stuff, and is kind of like allowed to do whatever he wants.
Is this Brian Bessey?
This is Brian Bessey. Ding, ding, ding. Yep, I say, and I do declare, I don't really know anything about yoga.
Well, that's great. That's why we do these healthier habits, Brian.
Right, exactly, for me to know. Well, for those who are like me, who have no idea how to be healthy, to benefit from my, not stupidity, but lack of knowledge in that, place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel especially bad now. I guess Jabba the...
I was trying to think of a link I could make between myself and Jabba, but I can't think of anything.
Well, you both are gangsters on Tatooine.
But that means you got all three. That means you get to choose a poster of your choice. There's this one for comedian Alice Wetterland. Do you want this?
Yeah, sure.
I think I saw her. I think it was a really awkward show, if I remember right. Not to throw shade on Alice there, but yeah. So there you go, Nick. You can hang that up in your place of business, or
It'll go right next to my poster of Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
But we're going to move right on to the facts about yoga. So I'm going to first talk about the health benefits here from the American Orthopedic Association. There was this quote on that website that said, quote, "The purpose of yoga is to build strength, awareness, and harmony in both the mind and body." And the person who explained this was Natalie Nevins, D.O., a board certified, certified? There you go. Certified osteopathic. I don't know. A smart person. There we go. And another quote from the website is, quote, "The relaxation techniques incorporated in yoga can lessen chronic pain, such as lower back pain, arthritis, headaches, and carpal tunnel syndrome." Same person said that. "Yoga can also lower blood pressure and reduce insomnia," was another quote here. Now, the other physical benefits from doing yoga is you get increased flexibility, increased muscle strength and tone, improved respiration, energy, and vitality, maintaining a balanced metabolism, weight reduction, cardio and circulatory health, improved athletic performance, and protection from injury. Those are some pretty good physical health benefits, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I've done some yoga in the past. Not super consecutively, but I've tried the P90X yoga. There's this one, probably shouldn't have brought it up if I can't remember the name of it, but this ex-wrestler, I believe, does this yoga program.
Yeah.
And it's actually really interesting if anyone wants to look up, ex-wrestler doing yoga, but instead of making it all peaceful, he kind of makes it, he's like, "Now we're going to stretch." And for my cross-country coach, he does it, and he's like, it makes it easier because, I can't stand the silence.
Yeah, sure. You can't stand, the peace and harmony of it all. So it's not like, "Hey, so for the next thing we're going to do, so you're going to do this certain yoga pose. Okay, good job." It's nothing like that. It's more like, "Do it!"
And I think it depends with some people. For me, while exercising or trying something new, I feel like I kind of need that motivation. I kind of need that ex-wrestler style of "Hey, get it, try your best, look at them go, you're doing great." But I think maybe a more professional yoga person, because what they were talking about, you really do focus on the body. You have to think about every body part.
Got ya.
So I feel like when you're more experienced, it might be more beneficial to have that peace and harmony.
Got ya. But starting out, it might be easier to transition from nothing to just hardcore, just do it.
Yeah, I just think motivation from another person is really helpful whenever you're starting something new.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it's not in the program they do stuff extremely hard off the back. It's just they make it more of a team effort and more of everyone's doing it. Let's go.
I got you. Well, we're going to move on to the mental health benefits. Aside from the physical benefits, one of the best benefits of yoga is how it helps a person manage stress, which is known to have devastating effects on the body and mind, as we all know, as Sam knows, out there in the wild University of Wyoming landscape. She is out there somewhere wandering with the incredible pain of being, what is it, over something. What's the word?
Overstressed through schoolwork.
There we go. Yeah, I often forget things. But this is another quote from the same person, Dr. Nevins, I do believe, is, quote, stress can reveal itself in many ways, including back or pain, neck, sleeping problems, which, if you want to figure out how you can correct your sleeping problems, you can listen to the last upload, just to, put a little sponsor for the own show in there. It also reveals itself in headaches, drug abuse, and an inability to concentrate. If you also want to listen to our drug episode. No, I'm joking. But she also says that yoga can be very effective in developing coping skills and reaching a more positive outlook in life, which is amazing, honestly, that I can do that for you. Yoga's incorporation of meditation and breathing can help improve a person's mental well-being. If you want to know how to meditate, you can actually listen to the second upload of the podcast. It's split into 2 parts on the Branding On website, but still, you can listen to it if you want. But she also says regular yoga practice creates mental clarity and calmness, increases body awareness, relieves chronic stress patterns, relaxes the mind, centers attention, and sharpens concentration. That just sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, that's why that's one of those things. I've always tried yoga here and there. I really wish I didn't consistently, because it is strange when you just you think about every part of your body moving and thinking about every intricate part of yourself moving. It's just you feel like you're getting to know a new body, but it's your body that you've lived in, and it's a weird experience. It's not mind blowing, but I mean, it happens to me every time I do yoga.
Yeah, Gaia. Okay, I can't wait to start. Honestly, I've never done it, and I don't know how to do it. But if you want to know how to do it, well, listen up right here. I have a WikiHow article pulled up. I wasn't able to do a lot of research for this. I'll just be frank, because I was a little busy with Thanksgiving and all that stuff. But on this WikiHow article, which you can find in the description, part 1 says with getting started with yoga, you need to determine a focus on your yoga practice. It could be anything. It could be to manage your stress, to help anything. I don't know, spiritual fulfillment. It just matters what you want out of it. The second part in this WikiHow article says, be aware that there is no such thing as good or right yoga, so it just kind of matters to you. Number 3 here is gather any equipment you may want to practice with.
I will say one thing that bugs me about yoga is the yoga mat.
Oh, Gaia.
You really, if you want to go to the yoga mat style of it, you really should try to find to me, what just bugs me is that, you have your feet, it's obviously yoga's kind of ideally barefoot.
Yeah.
And my feet would just slip, and it's just I pick them up, and then the yoga mat's stuck to my foot.
Okay, got ya. It's just a hassle of some kind.
Sometimes it really just depends on the yoga mat. I found one that was really great.
Right.
But I've had some that are just annoying. And if you have a local gym,
a loco,
a 4 loco gym, a local gym. If there's a local gym that offers yoga mats and stuff like that, or just a gymnasium floor, because that's usually a classic ideal surface for exercising, it'll be good.
Just go for it. Actually, the article also states that you can look for that mat that has a non-slippery finish, as it says here. But if you were on a bit of a budget, you can always use a blanket, towel, or sofa cushions for a bit of extra comfort than buying a new mat, which is awesome. I didn't know you actually could just get away with that, because that's it's another excuse to add of oh, I don't have that though. It's when we were talking about the running episode with shoes, right? It's just it's kind of an excuse. I mean, you want to make sure you don't die, but don't use that as an excuse. The 4th lesson here on this WikiHow article with these amazing illustrations is wear breathable clothing in which you can move. You know what wearable clothing and breathable clothing wearable clothing is.
You definitely don't want to wear jeans when you're doing yoga.
Right. You don't want to wear a winter jacket and just go for it. Find a comfortable place to practice. Warm up with sun. I'm not doing that.
Wait, was it saved for my benefit?
Warm up with sun salutation?
Oh, that's I mean, that's just kind of a classic, was it this? And you
Oh, I thought it was stand from the sun and absorb the sun.
No, I think sun salutation is just a yoga move, or just a move in general, where you just you open up a big stretch.
Oh.
You're like saying, "Hi, son."
Okay, so you start from the top of your head, and then you just go down. Wah.
I believe so. If I'm wrong, leave it in the comments.
Okay, well, yeah, do number 6. Never mind about me saying not to or whatever. And then number 7, you'll have to learn a few yoga things. But we're going to move on to the next part of the how-to, which is an article with some yoga poses that we are going to try on the podcast. And if you're not looking at the video podcast, the video portion of this podcast, it might be a little difficult, so maybe you want to jump on over there. I mean, we'll just show images of what's on here, if you just want to switch over. So the first pose we should do is called the mountain pose. So we stand tall with feet together, shoulders relaxed, weight evenly distributed on your soles, arms at sides, like how you have proper posture, which is also another pod you should check out. Take a heavy deep breath. Raise your hands over your head, palms facing each other with arms straight. Reach up towards the sky with your fingertips. You got that?
I got it.
Okay, so that is the first pose, mountain pose. The second pose is downward dog. So we have to start on all fours here with hands directly under our shoulders. Keep knees under hips. Walk hands a few inches forward and spread fingers wide, pressing palms into the mat. Curl toes. For you audio listeners, Nick is getting on the floor to do it.
It's a classic yoga move.
Actually, that's not downward dog.
It's not yet. No, that's what so you start like here.
Yeah, no, exactly. So you start like a pyramid with your butt in the air, and then you go down. Actually, I do that when I do push-ups, just like relax or whatever. But oh no, the poster.
This is not my fault.
The third one here is the warrior. We'll do one more of these. The warrior is stand with legs 3 to 4 feet apart, turning right foot out 90 degrees and left foot in slightly. And bring your hands to your hips and relax your shoulders. Then extends arm out to the sides, palms down. Bend right knee 90 degrees. Excuse me. Bend right knees 90 degrees, keeping knee over ankle, gaze out over right hand. Stay for 1 minute. It looks like this. It's like you're an Olympic Olympian.
And one of the cool things about these yoga poses.
It's not like that. There you go.
No, one of the cool things about these yoga poses is I know there's like 2 more different types of warrior. There's always variations to these yoga poses. So like if you really like warrior, but you feel like you can go like harder, there's warrior 2. Mm-hmm. Maybe if there's a different variation to make it easier, like on knees and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's stuff like that too. Huh. So be aware of that.
So the last one we'll go over, and this article, which I'll link below, has 13 other ones. I mean, it has a bunch of ads, which is awful, but, it's one I found. It's called the tree pose. You stand with arms at sides, shift weight onto the left leg, and place sole of your right foot inside your left thigh, keeping hips facing forward. Once balanced, bring hands in front of you in prayer position. Palms together on an inhalation. Extend arms over shoulders. Oh, no. Exhalate? Inhalation. Palms separated and facing each other. Stay for 30 seconds like this. Someone's giving me a phone call, and this feels weird. Wait, is that me? What?
This is exactly how a tree poses.
I don't have my phone on me, but I heard buzzing. I felt buzzing in me.
That's... Well, you are a tree, and there might be bees.
So...
You are the tree. The bees are all around you.
Okay, anyway. And then you got to repeat and do it on the other side. Yeah. So those are the 4 things you can try. That's the 4 things I'm going to try, honestly. And I'll probably try a lot more just for funsies, because this podcast's for funsies. But for now, we're going to skip over things I found on the internet. I just found a woman who was like the oldest yoga teacher in the world. And she's 100 years old and she's still doing well. And she says, quote, "There's nothing you can't do," unquote.
I think one important thing about yoga, and it's like I think I kind of said about running too.
Yeah.
It can be a lifelong sport.
Yeah.
And those are my favorite ones that like you can keep doing consistently. It's not like you're playing football in high school, you play it in college, maybe you don't make it to the NFL and you play it every Thanksgiving with your family, but by the time you're 52, it's like too hard to do it.
Gaia.
Like yoga, because what yoga to me, basically, and it's just my definition,
Yeah.
is just very superior stretching.
Gaia.
At the end of the day.
That's kind of what it seemed like it was to me too.
So it's a lifelong thing, and I think those are the type of activities to at least try out, because it can be lifelong.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it, honestly. But, Nick, it's time to end this upload of Healthier Habits. If you want to know more information about how you can do the yoga, you can look in the descriptions and read from our sources.
Also, comment on this upload and tell us what you want to hear about.
And remember, we are also on social media on Insta and Facebook. Yes, Facebook. I hate it with like a burning passion.
Who doesn't? Check back next week when Brian and I tell you about our experience with yoga and introduce the next healthier habit.
And as always, be safe and be healthier.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye-bye. Burp, burp. Yeah, I